It's time for Toaster's Random Thoughts now. Toaster's Random Thoughts now. There's been a big trend of people being socialists these days. Many of them have been because of Bernie Sanders. But in my mind, socialism is one of the biggest mistakes, mainly because the key to socialism is that public is better than private. But I believe that's not true. I believe private is better than public. There are many reasons why private is better than public. One of the biggest reasons is that private has pressure to do well, because if they fail, they'll go out of business. Public can't go out of business because no one can put the government out of business. Another way private is better is because they have pressure to make great innovations to go ahead of each other. The government prefers not to create innovations just due to the fact they don't need to because they don't have competition. And if they do, and if they try to make a new innovation, they will be voted out of and it fails, they'll be voted out of office. One of the worst things about public is that mediocre is good enough to survive. You don't need to be the best like companies to survive. You just need to be mediocre and be okay. And this is the biggest problem with public because you don't even know what's good with public. People say the USPS is okay, but we don't know because we don't know how good it could be because government is not the best in innovation. While companies don't need to be okay, they need to be the best. And that's why innovation is very big in the private sector. Another thing bad about the public sector is that if a person does bad, they can't fire him. They can't even fire somebody that's that to save money because if they do, the people in charge will be voted out of office. Economies don't care that much. They care about saving money and giving you best quality for the best price. Government doesn't need to care about money, so they don't care about firing people. And many people consider this like a plus that they don't fire people so easily, but you have to save money for a business to be efficient. You know what I'm saying? That's why firing people is not always bad. I know it could seem bad in the short run and seem, you know what I'm saying, but sometimes firing people is needed. One last thing about private is better. Why private is better than public is public tries to do the best to save money and try to make things with best quality for lowest price. Government does not have the pressure to do that because they don't care that much about money. In communist Russia, they didn't have pressure to make stuff cheaper, and they spend it 3 times as much as for the same product. Maybe you'll think government is better because they don't have to make a profit, but that doesn't make them worse because because that actually makes them worse because profit makes you have pressure to do well. But also, profit doesn't make stuff cheaper either. Doesn't make stuff more expensive either necessarily. The profit rate of business is only 4.8, and then half of businesses go bankrupt after 8 years. After 8 years, even the best businesses that make a long make a make that have been big can make a loss and go bankrupt. We think about AAP and all these big companies, Sears, um, what's it called again, Blockbusters. They went bankrupt because they were run out of business because of they didn't have great innovations or the price weren't that good. We see this all the time. And usually it's because business private does not have pressure to make money for the cheapest stuff of best quality. That's just reality. USPS does not have the pressure to make the best product for the best money because there's no, as I said before, there's no competition. This is why I believe in private citizen. I believe everything is private. Even the police force is better than even a private police force would be better than public. And that's my mind. Now necessarily everything I believe should be private is better. Now there's some stuff maybe we need to have a police force, but that doesn't mean that private police force would be worse than public police force. But police force is different in my mind because a person shouldn't have the right to take away your property, you know what I'm saying? But it's not really a right necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Okay, fine. Thanks for hearing my thing. Okay, bye.